back. Love you, miss you, girls need you. No questions asked, however much they want. I will do whatever it takes to get you back. Honey, I love you.
So, there we see the impassioned plea, the cry of Barry Morphew for his lovely wife, Suzanne, to come back to him because it's her fault that she's not there. He goes back and forth between it's her fault and it's robber kidnapper's fault. Never does he say anything that has to do with the reality of the situation, which is that he's the husband, she's the wife, and he should be actually pleading with her as in, I love you. If you're in heaven, I love you. If you're in hell, I love you. If you're here, I love you. It shouldn't have anything to do with anything else. Barry's special Oh Suzanne video, 27-second clip is what this TBS is going to be about. I am outraged. I'm angry. I think he's a total idiot. And with Hekate's help and Morgan's help, he's going to go and pay. He's going to have to pay for what he's done. It is so obvious to me and many others that he has killed his wife and he has a mistress. Just like everyone else that this is happening to in Colorado. Why is it that, once again, the western states that have a lot of Mormons in them, why is it happening that they're the ones having these husbands kill wives over and over and over and over and over again? Don't forget the McNeils. I mean, he was the number one person I thought of besides Chris Watts when I heard Oh Suzanne. I mean, it's the fakest thing anyone could ever say. He put it on Facebook instead of giving it to the press or the police because he knows that he can't stand up to everybody asking him questions. He's going to fail because he's horrible. He's a horrible person. And Suzanne, who is, I guess, a gullible lady who just loved him way too much and gave in too much and gave him the benefit of the doubt too much, she's paid for his selfishness many times over, I'm sure, and now she's dead. I don't care if you say, oh, we have to wait, give him the benefit of the doubt, there's a chance. No, he killed her. His brows are furrowed. He continuously shakes his head no when he's saying I love you. He has every single classic thing you look for a bad husband. We now find out that he might have been in Denver the whole week. He might have had time to take her body to Denver. He might have had an accomplice. The police are doing a really good job, even though I'm annoyed that they won't tell us anything. I guess that's better, but for them. But they took his car, they took his phone, they took a bunch of stuff out of the house. They used luminol to see about the blood in the house. He's pretty much in deep shit. He's a total idiot. Just like with Chris Watts, everything he did, you can't cover up what he did. Like, everything he did is just out in the open. His arrogance is so high that and his stupidity is so high that he thinks that he's gonna get away with this just because he's the one saying these words. I think his lawyer has put the fear of God in him at this point and is pretty much telling him, people hate husbands right now. People hate Colorado husbands, especially right now. And the way that you act is pretty much exactly how Chris Watts acted. So we need to try to fix this by giving a little bit of what the public wants and a little bit of what we want, which is nothing. Unfortunately, giving us, the public, even a small bit of information showed us 100% that he's the bad guy that we all feared, and that he killed his wife and he has a mistress. People could say, well, what if he just got mad and killed her? What if it was about money? I want to ask the cards, but I swear everything in me knows that she is waiting in the wings. She's there somewhere. She's younger, and he has preyed upon her, and she's probably really stupid and doesn't know exactly what she's got herself into. But let's see. Let's see what happens here. I'm using Dark Angels because we need help on this one. I want to make sure, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too, we want to make sure that this guy burns in hell for what he's done. It sounds horrible to say it like that, and in reality, of course, I understand that everyone deserves a second chance. He isn't all bad, things like that. But I'm getting sick of seeing these poor, ignorant wives that have just loved their husband and gave them all that they had be killed off over and over and over again. Maybe it's just the police are getting way better at it now, at finding out the bad guys, and there was this has been happening throughout all of time, that husbands have been killing wives constantly, and we just didn't know how much it was. But I really hope that we can figure out what is going to happen here. So, okay. This is saying that the girlfriend is poor. The wife is dead. She's crossed over to the other side, and he's the one that took her there, like Charon across the river Styx. And poor Suzanne is the hanged man. And hopefully this also means that the hanged man is Barry, and he will go down for being a murderer, an evil, selfish person. We'll keep these here so I can remember them. Alright, let's see. So, this is the world, just like we had last time with Lori. This is the Ace of Cups, and this is the Ace of Wands. The reversed Ace of Wands just means that he took her life. He took the creative spark out of her. He ruined the family that they had built. This is saying that all of his ideas were idiotic and that he failed. And this is saying that the world is stronger than he is and that he'll fail. Okay, this is Strength, the Knight of Swords. Let's see what this is. Six of Cups. Oh, just like Lori. Okay, so in the past, I saw a picture of Barry and Suzanne getting married, like their engagement picture, and it's so cute. She's 22, he's 27 or 28, and she's like has the giant hair. She's so happy. He looks happy, but you can tell he has preyed upon her. He knows way more than she does, and he's using her for his ends and for his goals. She got stronger and stronger over time, and it could have been that by the time that he decided to kill her, she was ready to leave. She was ready to get out and, start a life on her own. Let's ask about that. Let's ask about the money. Let's ask about everything. We need to know. We just need to know. People say, you are not related to these people. Why do you care so much? Maybe it's because I'm just sick of seeing this pattern. I have righteous indignation at this point about it. I just want it to end. I want these guys to be punished and to stop. Don't know if it will happen, but I want to be part of it, part of the solution, if possible. Okay, so he... Come on. Okay. So this is reversed temperance, and of course we see he is not temperate. He's not patient. He's not balanced. He's very selfish. All he cares about is himself. And this is talking about how she has not been able to be herself for a long time, and she's been in a prison. Her kids have kind of been in it with her, but she's been really isolated and alone for a long time, and she's never been validated as a woman or told she was beautiful all the way because he lied and she knows. This is saying that she regrets marrying him, or she regrets everything that she's done with him, and she just is sick of it. She's done. So we got her answer. Power of 3, people. Okay, getting a lot of cups here, a lot of emotions. I have never noticed this before, but on this Ace of Pentacles, there's a Sheila Nagig character right here. She is the ancient Irish Celtic vision of childbirth and fertility, and she kind of has a gruesome appearance. I won't go into it now, but I had never seen that there before, and I'm going to use that today, see what we can find out. Oh gosh, she's so sad. And she realizes that he does care more about money than her, and he used her to get children. I don't know what this means yet. To go back to Magician. Queen of Wands. Okay. So this is actually a very feminine thing going on here. I need more information. This is crazy. Come on. I need more information. Tell me about him. Tell me where he put her or something like that. Oh. Gosh, this is hard. Okay. He is going down. He's failed. He's failed in everything. And the beautiful person that she was and is somewhere, existing somewhere. We don't understand that because we're human, but she's somewhere. Hopefully happy. This is saying that she actually was escorted out of this life, and it's okay, like where she is now, that she's supposed to be there, and he pretty much just gave her kind of what she wanted in a way, because this is giving her like a better chance of being happy wherever she is. This is also saying that he is going to be unhappy from now on, and that others are going to learn from his mistake about being selfish and idiotic. This is what he dreams of, him and his new lady having fun in the sun and being a beautiful new couple in love, having vacations together and enjoying the money that he has that Suzanne did not get because she did not divorce him. But as we see here, an angel is watching. He's going to be he doesn't even understand how much he's going to pay for this. All right. Gosh, this is the hardest reading I've ever done. Okay, let's see here. Okay, as a person acting as High Priestess during this video, anyone else can too. They just have to learn how. I have a vision like about what has happened and what's going on now and how he feels and everything, and I see the patterns. But what I do is I use the tarot cards to make sure I know that what I'm saying is correct, and also to guide me to things that I don't understand yet, give me new information. It's just a tool, and the tool can tell me things even if I don't understand it somehow. Sometimes that happens, but sometimes like I just get stumped, and you have to think about things a little bit and go through like each card and think about what each card means and then how they would go together logically, not in a vision. At this point in the reading is where I usually have all the answers, but this one has been really hard because what we see is that Suzanne has crossed over, and where she is now is someplace, it's someplace where she's away from his stupid idiocy, and she stands on her own in power. Hecate, who's like in charge of Outcast, maybe she greeted her and helped her cross over. Maybe she was there to give her some strength, and Morgan now is going to get revenge for what she's had to go through because she's a good lady. It is not her fault that she is not what he wanted. She never was, and he knew that, but he lied to her and said she was. And so her mind just got screwed with forever, for a long time. Notice we're not hearing anything from her parents or his parents. And I don't know if it's because they're deceased or because of the gag order. But usually what happens is the wife's, the deceased wife, the victim, the family goes crazy and tends to attack the person who they think killed their loved one. And in this case, the police are protecting Barry to make sure he doesn't flee before they get him. And I guess they have it so locked down and so tight-laced that the Mormons, that's actually their last name, Suzanne's maiden name, they they're on hush hush. They're waiting to see what the police do because they want to see him crack down on as well. This is all something that's unfolding right now, and that's exciting. It's cool to be part of something like that, but we also need to remember that there's a victim's family, and maybe whatever they decide to do about how to punish him is the best. But vengeance has always been. Morgan has always been. Because war has always been. And he brought war to this family when he decided to kill. She now gets to be the Empress and doesn't have to fight him or fight the family anymore. But because she's left that, the good part has left that. Now it'll be the two daughters and him at odds with each other, at odds with the rest of the family on both sides, no one knowing what to believe, and everyone feeling completely alone and like a soldier fighting in a weird war, where like in Vietnam, where they didn't know if they did good or bad. They didn't know if they should be punished or rewarded for what they've done. He pretty much killed their beautiful family. I mean, it's obvious. He may have made his new lady pregnant. Let's see. Three of Hearts. So, this is a thing where if Suzanne knew before she died, she would be brokenhearted. He is having, he's having I think a daughter with this new person. She may terminate the pregnancy, especially if he goes to jail. But she won't be unscathed from this emotionally. It's going to be really bad on her life as well. The 3 coins, they built something that won't last. It's just failed already. And that the blood that he shed, like the blood he brought on the family, is actually like a curse. And Colorado has been, is like a Native American curse land, because just the Sioux bloodshed that's been there for so long, now it's like exacerbated by white man, I guess you could call it, blood. And the whole, now it's down to family blood, family against family, wife against husband, etc. And he's just continuing the curse, because they lived in Indiana until 2 years ago, when they both retired. He retired from his landscaping business, and she retired from being a teacher. And they moved out to their beautiful Colorado dreamland to retire, a place they've always wanted to go. The daughters came with them. I don't know if they were in college at the time or high school, but they're older children, and they I'm assuming they don't live with the parents, or they live there sometimes because they're in college. But him saying that he went to a landscaping convention or a firefighting convention, he said firefighting this time, to Denver, that's why he went. His police captain, or his fire captain, said that they didn't go there. There wasn't anything there. That no one's been meeting because of COVID. So he definitely is guilty. Let's find out about this girl. Weird. Okay. Here we see 2 women in front of a castle. And the castle is obviously the Morphew mansion. And one of these is the mistress, and one of these is Suzanne. One is walking away in shame, head down, crouching. And one is looking on, semi-confused and semi-angry. Either one could be either one at this point. But just so sad that they would fight over this. He's worth nothing. He really isn't worth anything now. He's made his bed to lie in it. Going back to this, which I couldn't figure out. Okay. This is saying that the inheritance, when he goes to jail, it's unknown who will get it because he has not written who will get it. There was no will. That's why he knew that if she died, it would make sure that that the money was safe, because to go to his daughters or to go to himself, because there was no will. And the Emperor, he's definitely fallen. Look how old he is now. He's failed. And Judgment. He'll fall. Okay, and here's Morgan. She cuts him down. So, justice will prevail. It'll be wonderful. I can't see exactly what the girl looks like. I know that she's not rich herself, and she's naive. She's white, and light brown hair, just very kind of what Suzanne was before, like when they first got together, but also a little bit more devious because of how she was treated as a child, and also a little bit more not as, like, she didn't have support of her family, so she's kind of dumb. Oh God. Okay, so what's happening here is that the Grim Reaper, Hades, Styx, etc., Charon, Hecate, everyone that has to do with that crossing over, they're waiting for him. They're waiting for him to get what he deserves, which is a sentence of death. This is the hangman, so to speak. He's definitely going down. Can't say it enough. He's a horrible person. I wish she could have got away from him before this happened, but she just thought it was her lot in life and what she was supposed to do to be good. She was so good that bad things happened to her, in other words. So let's ask one more thing. Please tell us if the mistress will come forward, if we'll ever know anything about her. Yes, she will come forward, but because of the moon, she'll come forward, but she won't tell hardly anything. She'll be forced to come forward somehow. Well, at least we'll get to see what she looks like. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Hecate and Morgan, for helping us.